Not yet, Lord.
Cool. All right, cool. Over to Abia. All right, so we're gonna go do the origin of what the white man calls marriage. You know, this being a history class, we go into history in everything, man. Things that you see as nothings growing up. You know what I mean? The Bible says, you know what I mean? Don't be reformed to this world, man. You have to come like a baby. In fact, get me that again. I think it's John 3. That we do, man. We come as a baby, we start fresh. You know what I mean? All the things you learn in this world was a lie, man. Everything was a lie. You know what I mean? What you think was, how you think you even love people was a lie. How you think you should behave is a lie. How you think men and women even get married, man? That's a lie. That's right. So also the I.S.U.P.K, we teach a history, man. Teach a history on them holy days that you think is holy. Teach the history on that birthday that you like to celebrate. Teach the history on Easter because you like to give Easter eggs out and buy the Cadbury's Easter eggs, man. So we teach the history on them things. So you know what I mean? Our people know what we're worshiping. Our people been in slavery, lost their heritage. So what do we know? We think we follow these things because our slave master said to follow them. So you know that's where we come at the I.S.U.P.K. We teach history classes. You know, I mean, we're not those Christians that sing and bang the tambourine. We actually know the Bible, man. Not only the Bible, we know history too. Not only history, we know geography too. You know, we know it all, man. Not only that, we know science as well, man. But what else do we know, other one? We know prophecy. We know everything, man. Come on, man. Get that from the other one.
The book of John, chapter 3 and 3. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, I say unto thee.
So Christ talking to a man called Nicodemus, man. I think his name's Nakwada, master in the Hebrew, man. I think his name is Conqueror. And this man was a big man, like the elder man, and he had a big following, a respected man, just like the leaders today, man. You know, like your David Lammies. You know, black people look up to him, man. Have you seen that new advert is on, the new advert with the hoodie on? You know what I mean? Black people think that David Lamb is doing numbers, man. That David Lamb is doing bits, man. He's helping out people, man. Just like Nicodemus, a guy that was up there, people followed him, respected him. And this same man came to Christ for breakdowns, man. And Christ said this, man, verily, meaning truly, man. Keep going.
I say unto thee.
So Christ says, I'm telling you this. Listen to this, man. This is what I tell you. Keep going.
Except a man be born again.
And Christ said, except a man be born again. What does it mean to be born again, man? You was born. Everyone was born. Everyone had a birth. And in that birth, you was taught Christmas was okay. You was told it's okay to be homosexual. It's your life. You know what I mean? There's no love on gender. Love is just love, regardless of the gender, regardless of the race, regardless of, you know, she's white or you're black, or, you know what I mean? If he's a man and you're a man, or she's a woman and you're a woman. We was all taught that in our birth, man. We was brought up believing these things, brought up believing it was okay to celebrate Christmas, Easter, you know what I mean, Valentine's Day, and all sorts, man. But Christ said, you must be born again. You was raised up learning all them things, and you must die, man, and be born again. And in the second birth, you gotta know the truth, man. When you're born again, the second time, you gotta drop the Easter, drop the Christmas, drop all the pagan holidays, drop all the gods and the Allah and the church, man. You need to be born again. You was born once, in your first birth, you learn all the nonsense and filth and holidays and gods and, you know what I mean, religious practices. That's why you gotta die. You gotta die and be born again, man. Not literally, but you have to stop doing the things that you did before. Unlearn the things that you learned before. The things that you considered right, know that it's wrong, man. And start doing what's right, man. You must be born again. You know what I mean? Keep going.
He cannot see the kingdom of God.
And you can't see the kingdom of God. You can't get the kingdom of God, man, if you're holding on to Christmas. You must be born again, man. You must be born again. You must be born according to the Bible. You must be born knowing that Passover is the way and not Christmas. You must be born again knowing that it's wrong to celebrate Thanksgiving and Easter and Christmas, man. And that you must celebrate Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Dedication, man. You must be born to that. You know what I mean? You got to get brainwashed, get your brain washed, man. Relearn, get re-educated, get born again, drop everything that you learned before, man. Know that it's wrong to be in same-sex marriage, man. Know that it's wrong to have tattoos, man. It's wrong to, it's wrong to put a tree in your house, man. And be born again. And in this birth now, you live your life according to what? The Bible, man. Your first life, you lived it according to you, according to how it made you feel. That pork tasted nice, so you ate it, man. That woman looked good, so you had sex with her, man. Even though she had a man. You know what I mean? Even though a man went to work, you think about yourself, like, well, I need to get my thing. You know what I mean? I gotta satisfy myself, man. And now when you're born again, you don't serve yourself, man. You serve the Most High. You go from selfishness to selflessness, man. You go from thinking about yourself to not thinking about yourself. You used to, when you were first born, you thought, I gotta have sex with her. I don't care if she got a man. She looks nice, man. Yo. To, you know what? She looks nice, but you know what? I'm not gonna have sex with her. Why? She got a man. I don't care how much she flirts with me. I don't care how much they argue and she says she's not happy. She has a man. Therefore, I'm not gonna do it, man. From being selfish to selfless, man. That's how you must live. Keep going.
Verse 4, Nicodemus saith unto him, how can a man be born when he is old?
So Nicodemus didn't get it. Christ talking, riddle and parable, man. Christ hitting him with some lyrics, man. We all black people with the dark sayings. You ever watch a rap battle? Even listen to these rappers, man. The way they rap, the lyrics are like, what do they call it again? Like third. It depends, man. The rappers they got concepts and metaphors and similes and the way they drop stuff. And that's how Christ is speaking, man. Double fold, manifold. And he didn't get it. He's like, born again. Like, I'm old. So how can I be born again if I'm old, man? You know what I mean? Last time I checked, to be born, you have to be a baby. I'm well past that stage. How can I be born again? This man didn't understand. He thought Christ meant you physically have to be born again. You physically must go in your mom's womb a second time. He didn't understand it, man. Keep going.
Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb?
So this man came to Christ and you're having a conversation. And Christ is saying to him plain as day, yeah, man, you must be born again, man. He's like, born again? Like, we read the Bible, so we know, even in Christianity, we heard the scripture, so we know what Christ is getting at. But imagine you talking to a man, you talk to a man normal, and out the blue, he's talking about, yeah, man, because you must be born again. You're like, what? What? It's like, you're blowing his mind. Nicodemus like, born again? This man, for real, how can he be born again? Can I enter my mom's womb a second time? Keep going.
And be born. Verse 5, Jesus answered, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God.
And Blammer, you got to be born of water, man. You got to be born of the Spirit. You know what I mean? The water is to wash away, what Christians call wash away your sins, man. All the things you used to do. You got to be born of that water, man. Know that water ain't dunking yourself in water. It's not, that word water symbolizes being washed, man. You know what I mean? That's another topic for itself. We can get there. But Christ, you must be born of water. He didn't say you must be dipped in water. So you must be born of it, man. And the Spirit of the Most High. And that's how you can see the kingdom. You can't see the kingdom thinking that it's okay to celebrate Christmas. You can't see this kingdom thinking it's okay to have sex, have same-sex marriage. You can't see the kingdom thinking it's okay to be a Muslim. It don't work like that, man. You must be born again and drop all them things, man. So give me the history of marriage in the Bible dictionary real quick. So it's right behind you. Any questions, make sure you type them in, right? Even off topic, you know what I mean? Just type them in and we'll make sure we answer them for you.
Right, we got marriage out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. All right, is an intimate, personal union.
So marriage in the Bible Dictionary, get yourself a Zondervan Bible Dictionary, man. You know what I mean? It's what the scholars come up with. You know what I mean? Now I know a lot of people thinking, yeah, but that's the white man's book, man. You know, we're gonna get there, man. You know what I mean? The white man did make the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. That's true. But don't watch that, man. You know what I mean? We got scriptures too. So in the Bible Dictionary, it said marriage is a private, intimate union, man. You know what I mean? That's what marriage is. A private, intimate union. Private meaning something that is not known to everybody. Intimate is like intimacy, you know, something a man and woman do, not something you do with everybody. Right. So I said marriage is a private and intimate union. Are we done?
To which a man and woman consent.
So according to the Bible, marriage is something that a man and a woman consent, man. Man and a woman, not two men, not two women, not transgenders, not a man and a boy, not a woman and a boy, not a man and a dog. It's what a man and a woman consent to, man. That's the Bible. That is marriage. So your pastor telling you that a man can marry a man can marry his dog. You heard about that in Canada?
Yes.
A man can marry his dog. You know what I mean? What do you call it? Man-boy association. All that is not in the Bible, man. The only marriage that ordained by the Most High is in the Bible is man and woman, male and female, man. Marriage is in which a man is an intimate union in which a man and woman consent. So again, back to GMS, you can't rape no woman, you can't force no woman. It said it's an agreement in which a man and woman consent. To give a consent, it means to give permission, man. Back in the day, when we used to go to school trips, what did they send home? Consent forms. You know what I mean? They call it consent form for a reason. They need your parents' permission to say you can go to Drayton Manor or Alton Towers or to the zoo or whatnot. And that's what marriage is. It's an intimate union in which a man and woman consent, man. It's to go consent with their father or consent with her or consent whoever was watching over at that time. But you can't go and take no woman, man. You can't go and rape no woman. Keep going.
Consummated and continuously nourished by sexual intercourse.
And that's marriage, man. It's an intimate union which a man and woman consent, and it's constantly nourished by sexual intercourse. That's marriage, man. Marriage is sexual intercourse. When a man lies down with a woman, that is his wife, man, according to the Bible. Now I know a lot of people thinking, yeah, but that's Zondervan, man. Surely you can't trust no white man. So what would the white man know about that, man? Nah, man, marriage is a ring on the finger. Nah, marriage is what's it called? A certificate, man. Marriage, you walk on the aisle, man. We'll see, man. According to the Bible dictionary, according to the scholars, marriage is sex. When a man lies down with a woman, that is what you call marriage. Remember in the church, what did they say? When two flesh become one. So you tell me something. How else can two flesh become one, man? That's through sex, man. That's the only time when two flesh become one. So let's prove it in the Bible for people that don't believe us. Give me Genesis 24. 24 and 16, sorry. Because one or can't.
Right. Genesis 24 and
16.
The book of Genesis 24 and 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon.
Look at the one. Sorry, real quick. Give it any of them. I don't mind. $24, $67, yeah?
16.
Yeah, 24. 24:65. Read that for me.
The book of Genesis 24 and 65.
Give me 64. 64.
Right, the book of Genesis 24 and 64. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel.
So this is one of our forefathers, man. Isaac. This is how he met his wife, man. She's a distant relative of his. And his servant went far, man, far and wide to go find her, man. You know, he opened the records. In fact, he opened the records and looked for his nearest of kin. And they found out, according to the records and the genealogy, his nearest of kin was a woman called Rebecca, man. And this man went on the back of his camel, went far and wide and went to go find this woman. And they found her and brought her back to Isaac, man. You know, brought her. Back then, they didn't have no mega bus, no trains, man. They all had camel. If you wanted to go long distance, you had to jump on the back of a camel, man. And the servant put her on the back of a camel and brought her all the way back to our forefather Isaac, man. And when she saw Isaac, she got off her camel. You know, she got off like, yo, this is the man I'm going to marry. She got off her camel to show him some respect, man. Keep going.
65. For she said unto the servants, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us?
And she said, the same servant that brought her all the way to see Isaac, she ain't met him before. You know what I mean? But we all nowadays, you know, we all live, you know, our family live in like a proximity. And even if you got family in London or abroad, nowadays you're Skyping them, you're telephoning them. You had a cousin in another city back them days. You didn't know them, you didn't see them, didn't know how they look like. So she knows she's getting married to a man called Isaac, but she ain't seen him before. So now she's traveling with the servant. She sees Isaac, man. And she's like, who's this man here that I can see? You know, imagine you walking, you see someone just standing, looking. If you say, yo, who's this? Keep going.
And the servant had said, "It is my master."
And the servant says, my master, it's the man that sent me to go and get you, man. It's the man that I work for. That's what the master is, man. You know what I mean? In the Bible, a master don't always mean a man that cracks the whip on your back, man. You know what I mean? When in the New Testament, when it says servants obey your master, he's saying workers obey your employers, man. You know what I mean? I'm employed by Command General Yohanna, man. That's who I work for. So it's telling the people, it's basically saying work for the men, obey the men that's over you, man. Don't kick against them, don't fight against them. And in this context, same thing. This man works for Isaac. Isaac didn't whip his back. Isaac didn't starve him, put him in the shed. You know what I mean? Yes, it's all about context. The man saying, this is my master, this man that I work for, man. This man sent me to go get you. And I did it. You know why? I'm his servant. He's my master. Like in the Kung Fu movies, man. What does a student call the man above him? His master? But is the master making him work for free and whip his back? No, man. It's the man you work for. Keep going.
Therefore, she took the ale and covered herself.
Yeah, man. This woman took a veil and covered herself. That's that shamefacedness the Bible's talking about, man. You know what I mean? She humbled herself. Came with her head bowed down, you know what I mean? Or humble and nice. How a woman should be towards a man. You know what I mean? Not all proud and, you know, all up in his face and, yeah, man, who's this? It's not nice and just humble, man. Today, nowadays, when a woman likes a man, she, you know what I mean? She's all, you know, sticking her bottom out, sticking her lip out and trying to look all sexy, man. That's not how our sisters did at one time. You know what I mean? How they got the eye of a man was how humble it was. A man would look like, yeah, I want her, man. Like, why? She's humble, look at her head down and she's cool and, you know what I mean? Nowadays, how the men pick the girl? They pick the loudest one. They pick the girl making the most noise, the one twerking the most, the one, you know what I mean, arching her back in the most. That's who we pick today. But once upon a time, it went like that, man. You pick the quietest one. Nowadays, a girl with the longest dress, she gets no love, man. You know what I mean? The one that ain't a whore, she gets no love. Man will skip over the whole, like, I want Cardi B. Man will skip over, give me Nicki Minaj. And back then, that wasn't the case, man. If you was a whore back then, it was frowned upon. Man be like, oh, Cardi B. Yeah, give me her, man. She's nice over there, man. Cardi B gets no, she be flirting. You be like, yeah, excuse me. Ugh. I don't want none of that, man. But, you know, thanks to the white man and his indoctrination, his lies, nowadays, we don't even know how to pick a woman. And what happens? We come crying to the I.S.U.P.K as usual. I need counsel. My woman won't listen, man. Because, you know what I mean? You got a bad choice in women, man.
That's right.
Simple as that. Men nowadays love whores. We don't want good women. You know what I mean? A woman will run her resume down, can cook and clean, this, that. Remember, like, yeah, hear that, but yo, she can twerk, man. You know the way there. Now I can cook, clean, soul, I hear what you're saying, but I like her. Why? She can twerk. That makes sense to me. You know, but that wasn't the case at one time. This woman humbled herself, and that caught his eye, man. That made him go, who's that there, man? Not making no noise. Who's that there, man? Not popping her neck and putting her fingers in my face, saying that I'm workless. Yeah, man, I want that girl, man. Today, it's like men are turned down by the abuse, man. I know men that like wild women. I don't men that say, I like women with a bit of drama, you know. But, you know, they're going to learn, man. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 66, and the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. So
the servant told Isaac, came back. What's this called? What's it called when you tell the man you work for, everything that you've done? It's called a report, man. Told him everything that I'd done. Said, right, you know what I mean, boss. I went to Syria. What language? I can't remember. You know what I mean? I spoke to the father. I paid the dowry. I brought her back there. She's giving a report, man. Keep going.
Verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent.
And Isaac took Rebecca into his mom's tent, man. At this time, his mom's dead. And he took this woman into his mom's tent, man. Now, what do men and women do in a tent? They have sex, man. Isaac took his woman into his mom's tent. Keep going.
And took Rebecca, and she became his wife.
And there, when he took it in the tent, that's when she became his wife, man. The word wife in Hebrew means woman. And before this, she was just a woman. But when she went in that tent, she became his woman, man. That's right. So she became his wife. Look it up in Hebrew. The word woman, the word wife just means woman. There's no Hebrew word for wife. Just means woman. Wife, wife, the English term they made. You know, this is my wife. How we speak in Hebrew, we say this is my woman. A woman will say this is my man, and that's how black people even speak today. And this at this point, before she went in mom's tent, she was a regular woman. After she went in that tent, she became his woman, man. A woman that obeys him, a woman that serves him, a woman that he loves, a woman that can't go to no other man. Why? Because she belongs to him. A woman that don't live her own life, she's alive for him and her now. Why? Because it's his woman. That's what happened. And what happened in the tent, man? They had sex. So again, that backs up the Bible dictionary, man. Sex is marriage. The Zondervan is correct in that aspect, man. The Bible said it right here. So you're telling me that Isaac broke the commandments? I beg you read it one more time.
Verse 6 to 7. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent.
Yeah, it didn't mention a ring. It didn't mention what's it called? A marriage certificate. It didn't mention the rice and they just got married. It didn't mention no bouquet. He said he took this woman into his mom's tent, man. Keep going.
And took Rebecca.
And he took Rebecca with him. He went into the mom's tent and took his woman with him, man. And I know what the men and women do in the tent, man. I know what I would do in the tent. If I got a nice woman with a veil on, looking good and their heads bowed down, you know what I mean? She ain't gonna give me no headache, no child support, no CSA. She ain't gonna call me whatless and put hands in my face. I know what I'm gonna do in the tent with her. Prash, how about you? Do you know? I know what I'm gonna do in the tent. And trust me, it ain't gonna be signing no certificate, man. I tell you that now. Trust me, it's not gonna be cutting no cake, man. It's not gonna be walking down no aisle. We're not gonna play cards. I know what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? I'm a son of Isaac, man. So I know exactly what my great granddad did. I know exactly what he did.
That's right.
Because I know how this family gets down. When we get a woman that ain't another man's woman, who's promised to us, and we get them alone, what they call private and intimate. I know what we do. We marry them, man. And according to the Bible, marriage is sex. And this brother didn't sin here, man. Your great grandfather didn't sin here, man. He did what he was allowed to do, what the Bible said he must do with a woman. She wasn't a whore. She didn't belong to nobody else. She weren't taken. And this man married her, man. How did he marry her? By having sex with her. I'm pretty sure there's no priest in the tent about to read some wedding vows. I'm pretty sure there's no priest in the tent about to put some ring on their finger. There's no flower girls, no bouquet in there. This man had sex in his mom's tent, man. And that woman became his woman. She became a woman that served him. And that's in the Bible, man. Keep going.
And she became his wife.
And there, in that tent, man, in that tent with the mattress and the bed head and the headboard, I don't know what was in there. In that tent, she became his wife, man. Right there, not in the church, not when the wedding bells went off, not when the ring got put in the finger, not what was the first dance, not when he kissed the bride, not when he done his vows. She became his wife in that tent, man. When he had sex with her, that's when she became his woman. You know what I mean? Give me Exodus 22 and 16.
Book of Exodus 22 and 16. If a man entice a maid.
And the Bible goes, if a man entice a maid, you know, a maid is an old English word for a young woman. You know, maid, I think maid, damsel, and virgin are all interchangeable. If you read the history and how the Bible was translated, it was translated in fractions, like 12 scholars here, 12 scholars here, 12 scholars here. This group of scholars will tend to use the word damsel, but this one will use maid. You know what I mean? That's why you get the same word. That's why you get a lot of scriptures with the same thing, but word different and so forth. If a man entice a maid, entice means to like seduce. You know what I mean? That's how a man, you know, I think in London they call it drawing a girl. You know, if a man draw a girl, man, a man put some lyrics on there, man, you know what I mean? If a man chirps a woman, entice a maid, however he wants to do it, man. Whether he got a nice car, wants to lean upon it. Man, see a woman he likes and he entices her. Spit some game to her and she feeling it. She's like, you know what, it's nice, you know. I like how, you know what I mean? I like how he's a gold teeth bling or whatever. I like how he's, you know what I mean? I like how it words, it's funny. Women tend to like funny people. Yeah, man, he got jokes, man, I like him. It makes me laugh. However you want to do it, man. If a man entices a woman, he sees a woman he likes and he moves to her, he draws her out, man, he draws her, gets her number or whatnot. We done?
That is not be betrothed.
And this woman ain't betrothed. She ain't got a man. She ain't promised to nobody. You ask her, yo, so you got a man? And she goes, nah. That's lawful. You're allowed to do so, man. She goes, I got a man. You're like, yeah, man. What's everyone say? Everyone goes, yeah, but I'm not talking about you, man. I'm talking about me and you, man. That line's old as that's old as, come on, man. I heard that growing up. Yeah, I know you got a man, but I'm not talking about him, no. I talk about me and you, man. You can't do that, man. If you find a woman, you're attracted to her, you entice her, you seduce her, you rope her in, and she ain't got no man. We done?
And lie with her.
And lie with her. You know me. You draw her in. spit your game to her, you know, wherever you're from. We're from America, you call it the Mac. From Birmingham, you call it the chirps. You know what I mean? It draws it, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, man. And you have sex with that woman, we done?
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
And if you do that, that woman gotta be your wife, man. That is your woman. You shall surely, not maybe, you must surely endow her to be a wife. And guess what? This is the wrong way to even get married. This scripture the wrong way. This you're meant to go to her father, man. But even the law, even if you do it wrong, she still must be your woman. Even if you didn't go to her father, I think later on it says if they be found, meaning they weren't supposed to do it that way. Can't keep going.
Verse 17. If her father utterly refused. So
if you have sex with a woman and you weren't even supposed to, you had sex with her and didn't ask the father, you still got to endow her to be your wife, man. Only if her father says no, it's not gonna happen, man. But if you have to make a woman your wife. In the Old Testament, it was up to the father to go, nah, man, I don't want that. But from you have sex with her, the Bible goes, you must endow her to be your wife, man. That is just the what's it called, standard procedure. You must do. I don't care if it's an accident. The Bible don't care if you had too much to drink. The Bible don't care if you weren't thinking straight or you're looking on their body and now you thought about it. Oh man, started my tight. The Bible don't care, man. You must endow her to be your wife, man. Drop that. Give me the wedding band, the history and the wedding ring slack, yeah.
Right, the history of the wedding ring from the Wikipedia. The wedding ring or wedding band is a finger ring that indicates that its wearer is married.
So today, 2019, there's something called a wedding ring, a wedding band, you know what I mean? Nowadays, people frown at you if you ain't got one. People think they're so special. Especially women, oh my gosh, yo. Especially women. Women walk around parading that thing. You got weak men taking theirs off, putting in their pocket, hiding it, trying to make her like they're single and really, they're married and so forth. Because they're too scared to tell a woman that they got a woman already and they want a next one. You know what I mean? People think that it means something. And this is where it comes from, man. The wedding ring or the wedding band. The woman's one's called a ring. The man's one's called a band. Reason being, because the man's ring is playing. And the man's ring, there usually ain't no diamond on there. It's just a band. It's a plain gold band. Hence why it's called a wedding band. Keep going.
It is usually forged from metal and traditionally forged of gold.
It's usually gold. You know what I mean? Women tend to like diamonds. They most times say she got a nice rock on her finger. So women tend to like diamonds, but the ring for men usually gold. Some people do other metals, plastic or not plastic, platinum and whatever, but it's usually gold. You keep going.
The earliest examples of wedding rings are from ancient Egypt.
From where?
Ancient Egypt.
Come on, man. Are you really shocked? You know, that's what black man, everything you know comes from Egypt, man. Either Egypt or Babylon. Where do you think your Christmas tree come from, man? Babylon and Egypt. Where do you think your religion come from? Where do you think Christianity, what we know today, come from, man? Where do you think Easter come from? Where do you think the worship on a Sunday come from? All they come from Egypt, man. And guess what? This whole wedding ring thing come from Egypt also, man. Now, it ain't a sin to wear a ring. We had rings in the Bible. But the whole concept of a ring to symbolize marriage, that comes from Egypt, man. And that's the history of it. And people are walking around thinking it's in the Bible. It's not in the Bible, man. Sex is marriage. What ring did Isaac have, man? What ring did Abraham have? Nowhere. You won't find it nowhere in the Bible. Now, we had rings in the Bible. I can show you that. We had rings and chains, man. Rings, chains, bonnets, what else? Anklets, earrings. We had a lot. But to symbolize marriage, that's nowhere in the Bible, man. This whole concept of rings go back to Egypt. And why is it surprising? You know what else comes from Egypt? Christianity. Right. You know what else comes from Egypt? Idol worship. You know what else comes from Egypt? The Christmas tree, Sunday worship. Worshiping the idols. All these things come from Egypt, man. And all people think that it's from the Most High when it ain't, man. Christian pastor talks about put the ring on the finger and and read the vows. And the vows ain't nowhere in the Bible, man. I'm gonna show you where the vows come from. The vows come from a book called the Common Law Book of Prayer, man. Not even the Bible. What did the Bible say about the making of other books, man? You're in church putting on a ring, reading vows like your marriage means something, man. When two men can put on them same rings, keep going.
Weddings are from ancient Egypt. Western customs for wedding rings can be traced to ancient Rome and Greece and were transmitted to the present through Christendom.
There you go. It said basically, wedding rings were first known in Egypt, and then they went up to Rome and Greece, and in 2019 it's found in Christendom, man. You know what else started in Egypt? Went through Greece and Rome, then came to Christendom. Christmas as well, man. You know what else started in Egypt, and it made its way all the way to today through Greece and Rome? The virgin birth, man.
That's right.
You know what else started in Egypt that made its way all the way to Christendom as well? Easter as well, man. You know what I mean? Many gods, having many gods, religions that also came from Egypt and made its way through Medes and Persians to the Greeks and the Romans all the way to today, man. The exact same thing. Keep going.
Which adapted the ancient custom.
And that's what it is. Christianity is the worship of Satan, man. The worship of Satan. You know, people think that Christianity is the same religion as the Egyptians, man. If the ancient Egyptians that Moses drowned was around today, they'll be like, yo, Christianity is the same as what we do, man. Because Christianity is down to Christmas, all the holidays, it's all Egyptian, man. It's all Babylonian. All of it have Babylonian origins, man. Keep going.
Depending on culture, a wedding ring is typically worn on the base of the left or right ring finger.
There you go. So according to culture, but mainly the ring is worn on your, I think they call it the brainy finger. Your left brainy finger, the finger close to the pinky, man. The left side, that's where it's usually worn. And the reason why it's there, because the Egyptians believe that there's a signal from that finger to your heart, man, where your love goes to. Hence why they put it on that finger. Keep going.
If the wearer is left-handed, often it will go onto the right hand. Many spouses wear their wedding rings day and night, causing an indentation on the skin that is visible. So
it said people wear their wedding ring, don't take it off. They leave it on to the point that the skin gets indented. Meaning when they take the ring off, there's still a mark there. You know, like some people that wear glasses, when you take the glasses off, you see a little indentation on the side of their face. Keep going.
Since the 19th century in the West, it has been considered unlucky to remove a wedding ring once it has been placed on the finger in the church. And
again, that's just more superstition, man. The Bible tells us how to live our life, how to run our marriages. All that is a superstition, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't walk under the ladder and don't open an umbrella in the house. That's another superstition. Don't remove your wedding finger, or, you know what I mean, it's bad luck. All that is just, you know, superstition, which is old. There's always been superstition from the time of Adam, man, up until today. People have always had superstition. Keep going.
It is commonly believed that the first examples of wedding rings were found in ancient Egypt.
You found where?
In ancient Egypt.
There you go, man. Our forefathers didn't have no wedding ring, man. Our great-great-grandparents didn't say, you know what, to love this woman, you must wear this, man. Symbolizes love, man. You know what I mean? You know how they prove that they love their woman? By in this Bible, man.
That's right.
The Bible says, husband, love your wife and you love yourself. That's how they did. That's how they showed it. They showed it when the Bible said, you know what I mean? Love your wife how Christ loved the church, man. That's how they showed it. They love their wife for caring for their wife, man. That's how they showed it. Not by no wedding ring, man. Not by no wedding ring. The same ring two men get, man. Two big, hefty men get that same ring, man. On the tough finger. Pressure, man. One tough man put in a ring on the next tough man's finger, man. Some ring big like so, man. Come on, man. And what does that mean? And the marriage certificate, forget about it, man. The marriage certificate don't mean anything. Two men get that same marriage certificate, man. And I know what you're thinking. We're in the Bible. Tobit had a marriage certificate. That's true. In our kingdom, we have many things. We're the priests also. We're the temple also, man. You know what I mean? We have certificates. Proof for showing that this woman was married to this man. We had that, yeah, man. But why does the white man's marriage certificate make it valid? The white man's marriage certificate makes it valid. Like, for real? Nah, man. We have certificates. Tobit did have a certificate. I guess where that certificate was in Tobit's house, man. Tobit gave his wife a certificate around the table. He didn't go to the government. He didn't go to the Justice of Peace. He didn't go to the registry office. It was something we had in our government, man. And guess what? That certificate means nothing, man. It means nothing. Sex is marriage. If you have a birthday, if you have a birthday and you have no cake, no celebration, no party, is it still your birthday? Yes, it is, man. And if you have sex with a woman, despite the cake, despite the aisle, despite the celebration, you've still just got married, man. You can have the cake, the aisle, the honeymoon, and if you don't have sex with that woman, you are not married, man. I don't care how much rice they throw on you. I don't care how much the DJ is playing and the cake. You got what, free tea, a cake. You sign the birth certificate. If you you sign the marriage certificate. If you don't have sex with that woman, then you ain't got married, man. All the wedding is a celebration of the marriage, man. Just like a birthday party is a celebration of your birthday, but it's your birthday nonetheless.
Right.
And that's what it is, man. That's what the marriage certificate is. That's what the wedding ceremony is. But if you don't have sex, sex is what you better pay attention to. I'm gonna show you how a marriage certificate means nothing. 2 men get it, man. I'm gonna tell you something else. You know how it means nothing. You know how it means nothing. People sell theirs, man. There's people that are born in England, and to get someone from America or Jamaica over here, they pay them. Say, listen, I got a cousin, he'll give you 8 grand if you marry him. And they go, okay, cool. And they haven't even met that person, man. A marriage certificate don't mean anything. So if a marriage certificate means nothing, then you're telling me that these 2 people are married in the eyes of God, even though they don't see each other, even though they're just married on paper just so they can stay in the country, even though one man lives in this house and they live in this house, they don't even meet. They only meet up to exchange paperwork. You mean tell me God sees them as married? They ain't married, man. All it is a legal document that Esau likes. But nothing to do with the Most High, man. So like, keep going.
And it dates to 6,000 years ago, including a papyrus scroll, are evidence of the exchange of braided rings of hemp or reeds between spouses.
So in them time, they used to use hemp. Hemp or hemp, they say? Hemp is like a plant. When people smoke it to their life. They used to put it around their finger back then. But, over time it evolved and it became, gold and diamonds, whatever, big gems and shit. Keep going.
Considered that the ancient Egyptians considered the circle to be a symbol of eternity.
There you go. And to this day, even they consider the circle to be the symbol of eternity, meaning a circle has no end and it has no beginning. So that will symbolize the eternal love. You know what I mean? Even today on the Ankh, what does the circle part on the Ankh represent? Eternity, man. Or is it vagina? I might be mistaken. Vagina, slakya, vagina. Keep going.
And the ring served to signify the perpetual love of the spouses.
There you go. To signify the perpetual love, meaning my love for you have no beginning, no ending. All that Valentine's Day stuff, man.
This was also the origin of the custom of wearing the wedding ring on the ring finger of the left hand, because the ancient Egyptians.
So this is why they wear it on the left hand, because the ancient Egyptians, the people that Moses drowned in the Red Sea, the people who the Most High hates, the people who are nobody today, living in the Sudan with dirt on them, the people that I.S.U.P.K preached to and tried to bring them in and call them Israelites, them same people that the Most High drowned, the people who he hates, man, the people who put plagues upon them and made their land dark and kill all the first cattle and kill their firstborn, them same people we done
believe that this finger enclosed a special vein that was connected directly to the heart.
And these people believe that this finger had a vein that went to your heart, man. And how the heart symbolizes love and your emotions. That's what they believe, man. Obviously, us that growing up in the 21st century, we know it's nonsense. We know it's foolery. You know what I mean? Just like everything else the Egyptians believed in was nonsense. There ain't no sun god. There ain't no man with a falcon face. There ain't no man that weighs your heart with a feather. You know what I mean? So all them people that serve in Egypt, so the Egyptians were wise, man. Nah, man, because, have you been to Egypt? That's the first line to drop. You've been to Egypt? Nah, on the hieroglyphs, the pyramids line up with the stars. These were special people, smart people, man. They were so smart, they believed that a vein from your brain, your finger went to your heart, man. That's how smart they were. So they knew about astronomy and astrology and the Anubis and all this stuff, but they believe this, really. They believe that the sun, they believe the earth and the sun, no, the earth and the sky were both gods and they were sisters and they will have sex, but they're smart. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm wrong because I ain't been to Egypt. Nah, bro, you ain't been to Egypt, man. There's knowledge out there, man. Go to hieroglyphs, some deep knowledge, man. You know what I mean? The Bible's copied from Egypt history, man. But these same people didn't know basic science, man. Basic biology, man. So like,
now, what's heavy is, you know, if you look up the early Egyptian dynasties, they believe that a woman got pregnant by her mouth at one point in time.
I heard that as well. They believe that a woman got pregnant by her mouth. And plus, what would they know about marriage, man? Egyptians were the biggest homosexuals, man. What's the proof? What's the proof the Egyptians were homosexuals? Anyone know? So like, because the Bible says it, man. The Bible says, do not be a homosexual. I'm paraphrasing. Then it goes, after the land of Egypt, you should not do. The Lord's saying, don't be homosexual, because, you know, I know you was in Egypt for so long, it might look normal to you, but you can't do it, man. That's what the Lord told us. If they weren't homosexuals, the Lord wouldn't drop that law. But he said it because they were homosexuals. The Lord said, don't have no idols, because in Egypt they had idols, man. And the Lord goes, after the land of Egypt, do ye not? They're the biggest homosexuals. And if you don't believe it, I get history, man. They didn't even like women. They only had sex with women just to make babies, man. But men was their first choice. Egyptians were the biggest homosexuals, man. If you don't believe me, you know, I don't want to. Is there any, you know, polites out there, and you know, who else? What's that one, man? Callum L, and all them people there. I don't want to hurt your feelings, and TITHES TV, but that's the truth, man. You know what I mean? Egyptologists like to do selective research. That's right. When these are big homosexuals, man, shit, biggest girl try to lie. Nah, man, symbolism, man. What? The fact that you use that as a symbol shows that you're gay, man. You know what I mean? If I'm doing a symbol, I'm gonna say, yeah. If I'm doing symbolism, I'm gonna do symbolism about a lion or, you know, something that relates to me. If you're doing symbolism on two homosexuals, it's a lot about yourself, man. It's a lot. If you're a man and you do symbolism about cars, it shows that you like cars. If you're a man and, you know, you give a parable about, you know what I mean, the red car and this car, shows that you like cars, man. If you're a man doing parables about homosexuals to prove your point, show what kind of guy you are, man. You know what I mean? It's like the other way.
And what's funny is there's one god called Geb in Egyptology, and he's basically giving oral sex to himself. And when you look at it, you go, that's gay. They go, no. That's it's based on that how like with life it's eternal, that with spirit bring forth kids. Why would you use that analogy? Like, okay, that's the point he's trying to make, but why would you use that analogy? And that's
otherwise
that we make they try like.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. It's not analogy. It's just gay. That's all it is. It's just gay. You know what I mean? This is homosexuals, man. That's what it comes from. Africans are the big. Oh, come on, man. Forget about it. Any man that can walk around naked, certainly right with him, man. Walk around naked and carve his face with marks and dance on a fire and put a plate in his lip. Come on, man. Even if he wasn't gay, I couldn't follow him, man. What would he know about love and marriage, man? I can't follow no man with no plate in his lip. I can't follow no woman with no some long neck and braces under her neck, man. I can't. If you wanted it, fair enough. What could they know about marriage, man? Anyways, give me John. No, give me what's it called? Wait now.
The Western tradition.
So give me the Book of Common Prayer. There's a book called the Book of Common Prayer, and you can find it today in the Church of England. That's where you can find it, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people get married and they think they're doing something great, reading their vows and to love each other and to hold hands. What's it called? Matrimony. And I do. Do you promise to take this man to be your lawful, unwedded husband and this and that? Where's that in the Bible, man? I've never seen in the Bible in my life. I just saw a man get married right now in the Bible, man. I saw my forefather get married in the Bible to one of my foremothers, man. And them vows went there. Adam got married to Eve, them vows went there. Where did these vows come from? Black man, we got to stop taking things on and not asking questions, man. Saying these vows, yeah, I do. Yeah, I promise to cherish and this and that, which is gay. Them vows are so gay. Me as a big man, I couldn't imagine myself saying them vows, man. Looking some girl's eyes and saying, I couldn't, I don't know, if you wouldn't do that, that's you. But if you ask me, I think the vows are moist, man. So like, yeah, I think they're wet, man. Looking in the girl's eyes and saying, I promise to cherish you. And look, man, all that sounds good, man. Black man, if you got a wife, your job is to love that woman, man. And what does it mean to love that woman? To not beat her up, man. To treat her properly according to the Bible, man. to teach that woman, make sure she's keeping the laws just like you, man. That is your duty to that woman. That is the duty to that woman. I don't care how much you say what's it called, your vows and wedding ring and all that. That's nothing. If you have sex with a woman, you got a duty to keep, man. And that duty is in the Bible and get there as well. So like other one.
What's heavy is those vows don't mean nothing because many people say those vows and they divorce. So what happened to till death do us part? Like,
come on, man.
What happened there?
Like, come on, Tina Turner got them vows. We know what happened to her, man. I'm pretty sure I gave Tina Turner them same vows, man. And Tina Turner come on, man. She got some boss ass growing up, man. So that shows it means nothing. 90% of people that get married end up in divorce anyway, man. So it shows that them vows don't mean nothing, man. Give me the Book of Common Prayer. The Book of Common Prayer, so like it.
Right. The Book of Common Prayer is a short title of a number of related prayer books.
So again, the Book of Common Prayer is a compilation of prayer books, man. You know what I mean? It ain't the prayer books that was found in the Qumran caves. Is that the prayer books that our forefathers wrote down? It ain't a compilation of the Bible or nothing that King James found. We're gonna find out where it comes from. You know what I mean? Again, it comes from the Anglican Church, man, who ain't ordained by God, who ain't the prophets, man. Keep going.
Used by the Anglican Communion.
There you go, man. You know what I mean? In these times, had many different fractions of Christians. Yeah, the Puritans, the Anglicans, the Church of England in the 1600s that Henry VIII made. He had the Catholics, you know what I mean, and so forth. Keep going.
As well as by other Christian churches.
And not only there's a book made by the Anglicans, but also other Christian churches use it as well. So the Church of England might have used it, Puritans might have used it, and so forth. Keep going.
Historically related to Anglicanism, the original book published in 1549.
So again, this is just before, like what? I said like a generation before King James.
God.
Published in 1549, so like a generation before King James. You done?
In the reign of Edward VI, was a production of English Reformation.
There you go, Reformation, man. What does reform means? To change things, man. Once upon a time in England, men had the scriptures, had the Bible, man. You know, when men knew what to worship and not what to worship, but there come the Reformation, man. Things like to change. You know what I mean? Catholics like to come through. Many doctrines like to change. That's another topic in itself. We'll keep going.
Following the break with Rome.
Following the break with Rome. So later on, the break came with Rome. You know, Henry VIII broke off from the Roman Empire. You know what I mean? Because they would let him divorce. You know what I mean? He put a beating on them as well, man. Ran them out of England. Burnt all their what's it called? Strongholds in England. So keep going.
The work of 1549 was the first prayer book to include the complete forms of service for the daily and Sunday worship.
So they made a book, man, for the Sunday worship. You know what I mean? Which the worship of the sun. A prayer book for the worship of the sun. And we're gonna find out in this book what's also contained in the same book, man. You ready? Yeah, keep going.
It contains.
And this book contains. In this book, it has. Keep going.
The morning prayer.
Has the morning prayer. You ever heard about the morning prayer? Christians talk about, yeah, because the morning prayer. Yeah, I woke up early for the morning prayer. Where's that in the Bible, man? The prayer that they say, where's that in the Bible, man? That's where it comes from. This Anglican book called the Book of Common Prayer, man. What else in there?
The evening prayer.
The evening prayer in there as well, man. You ever hear people say, though I lay my soul, what say? Though I lay my head to rest. What? Oh, how's it go again? I pray the Lord my soul to keep. All the little cliches there, man. These things are in the Bible. These things are in the Bible. Where did it come from? Come from this book here, man. Go, keep going.
The litany, and Holy Communion.
The Holy Communion, nowhere in the Bible again. And I tried to mix that with Christ's Last Supper. Keep going.
And also the occasional services in full.
Keep going.
The orders of baptism.
Okay, so when they baptize you, you know, have you ever wondered, like, where do you get these words from, man? I baptize you in the name of the Holy Spirit and the Ghost. That's where it all comes from. Nowhere in the Bible. And what's the next one?
confirmation and marriage.
And marriage. That's where they get their wedding vows from, man. The confirmation is make something official to confirm it. When it's okay, I now pronounce you man and wife. That's where it comes from, man. Do you promise to cherish and honor? It comes from this book. Nowhere in the Bible, man. Nowhere in the Bible. It don't even come from the Bible. Black man, your duty ain't to say vows. Your duty ain't to renew your vows. Your duty is to love that woman how Christ loved their school, man. Same way Christ fed the brothers, man, taught brothers, man. You're meant to do the same exact thing, but to your woman. That's what you're supposed to do, man. And what else in this book as well?
And prayer to be said with the sick.
Keep going. I don't know that one, but keep going.
And the funeral.
And the funeral service. What's that funeral service? Anyone know? There you go. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know what I mean? Where's that in the scriptures, man? You won't find it in the scriptures, but you find it in the book of Common Prayer, though. Give me the last book of Ecclesiastes real quick.
Ecclesiastes.
You know what I mean? You go into a funeral thinking, yeah, man. You know, my granny got a good send-off, you know. You know what I'm saying? You go into a wedding, but yeah, man. The pastor blessed their wedding. They said their vows, man. I gotta tighten them up, man. You know what I mean? Oh, this man, he cheated. But let's say he went back on his vows. I mean, that's not what binds you two together, man. What binds you together is the fact that you had sex, man. From you had sex, both you have an obligation to each other, man. And we're gonna get that obligation in the scriptures as well. Don't go about the vows. Allow the vows, man. That's his words, man. That's his words, man. Promises and so forth. You got an obligation that's greater than vows, man. Greater than some words that everybody breaks. Everybody breaks. How much people quote unquote fall out of love, man? I fought for sickness for worse, man. I fought for better for poor. I know that nonsense there, man. Get me that real quick.
Ecclesiastes 12 and further, by these, my son, be admonished.
So it's saying this whole book is a book of like advice. A book of advice, man. How to live life. We all grow up making mistakes and doing dumb stuff, and you know what I mean, doing stuff that we shouldn't do. So Solomon got a book, man. In his book, he notices my son, because Solomon teaching young boys, man. He's not teaching older people. Why? Because older people are wise themselves. Older people went through stuff and are smart. But people that are young, you teach them so they don't make the mistakes. Like remember in school, the teacher tell you, listen, do your work, man. You end up at McDonald's if you don't do it now, you know. That's who needs it. Young people go to school and need to be taught so that they don't make the mistakes that elder people made when they were growing up. And this whole book is about that. And one thing Solomon is telling us, telling the brothers, in the truth, all of us are young, despite age, man. Because we grew up thinking Christmas was right, Easter was right. So when it says my son, today he's talking to all of us. We're all his son, we're all young, we're all babies, we're all born again, as Christ said, man. And it says my son, meaning young man. Keep going. To be what?
Be admonished of the making of many books.
It said be admonished, man. Be careful of the making of many books. There's many books out there, man. The Book of Common Prayer is one of them. And in 2019, books ain't so popular, man. If Solomon wrote this today, he said be admonished of many YouTube videos, man.
That's right.
He said be admonished of many blogs, man. Because people think that anything that's on the internet is true. It's not, man. Sometimes it even sounds good, but it's not true, man. Growing up, someone told me, yeah, because Israel means ISIS, Ra, and Al, and that sounds good, man. If I didn't have the I.S.U.P.K, I wouldn't follow them. I thought that makes sense. It sounds good. Then the brother broke it down to me. He said, listen, I'm not sure if you know this, but England's only like, what, 400 years old. So in biblical times, they couldn't have said Israel. In Egyptian times, they couldn't have said Israel. It was impossible. The language didn't exist. In Hebrew, you don't even say Israel. You say SHALAM, man. I was like, yo. And they almost had me. So be admonished of the making of many books, man. Some things even sound right, but it's not right, man. Keep going.
There is no end.
And there's no end, man. There is no, and I've done it myself. I've tried it, man. There's no end, man. There's always some book. There's always some doctrine. There's always someone that sounds convincing. Like, he says it sounds good, man. But there's someone else, something else that contradicts him. But they both sound good. And now you're torn in between, man. But what you got is for the I.S.U.P.K, man.
That's right.
Simple as that, man. This is doctrine that everyone that claiming that the Israelites now came from the I.S.U.P.K, man. The Lord said I changed not. So the Lord chose the I.S.U.P.K, and later man said, actually, yeah, man, chooses. I'm gonna break off and give every camp the truth, man. I know it don't sound good. I know these other camps, you know, twist precepts that sound good and make you want to follow them. Listen, be admonished to the maker of many books, man. I've made that. Should keep being narrow-minded. The white man makes out like being narrow-minded is wrong. See, you're narrow-minded. Black man, you need to be narrow-minded, man. You need to be closed-minded. The Lord made you to be closed-minded, man. The Lord said have no other gods. That's closed-minded. The Lord said don't taste pork, man. That is closed-minded. That's what we gotta be, man. Closed-minded, man. Don't let no one try to trick you. You ain't at pork. You can't knock it till you tried it. But you ain't got drunk and played truth for there, kiss the man. You ain't having fun, man. Now I'm closed-minded to that, man. My mind's closed to that. I'm not doing the eyes of the Lord, man. Ain't nothing wrong being closed-minded. It's like the other one.
That's heavy because in the book of Deuteronomy it says, let the Lord be as frontlets between thine eyes. Meaning that's all you see.
Come on.
You don't see nothing else.
You know, the Lord, the brother said you might not hear because of Mike. In the book of Deuteronomy it said, let the Lord be as frontlets to your eyes, man. Frontlets to what horses have, man. You know what I mean? If you're having, usually it's like a funeral service, you get the black horse out, and they don't want the horse to be alarmed by a car or the flashing lights of a car or a bus. So they put frontlets on him. Frontlets on him so he can't see nothing else, man. And the Lord said, these laws got to be that to you. All you got to see is keep the commandments. No Christmas, no Easter. You shouldn't be like, oh, what's that over there, man? Christmas tree is kind of shiny, man. Yo, who's that girl over there with the man on her arm, but she's looking this way and winking at me, man? Nah, man. Got to be frontlets between your eyes. You're not supposed to be open-minded. You're supposed to be closed-minded, man. Keep going.
And much body is a weariness of the flesh. And all these books and all these blogs. So I listen to this camp and that camp, and I listen to a bit of eschatology with this. All that is weariness of the flesh. It will tire you out, man. To be weary means to be tired. It'll tire you out, man. Tire you out. You're in this book and that book. But I got some Sumerian history, and then they just come on, man. While we're out there saving black people's lives, man. I'm out there saving black people's lives and fixing my marriage and other people's marriages with this book, man. You're just tired, man. You're in the library fixing nothing. In the library, still on weed. In the library, your woman still poking in your face, locking the door, and you can't come in. Got arguments, but you got all this knowledge, man. You're in the library reading every single book. You know, we got all these, you know, all these PDFs and encyclopedias, searching all these religions, man. It's weariness of the flesh. It's tiring you out, man. Ain't doing nothing. You ain't gaining nothing from it, man. Keep going. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. And
Solomon said, listen, man, all these studies and this book and the book of common prayer and this and that and eschatology and the book of Joshua and I got the secret history. I got to see the Lord got a book that no one ain't found. I got this and the Lord wants this and all that. Let us hear the conclusion of the matter, man. Let's conclude it. Conclude means come to an end, come to a final agreement, man. Let's hear what life's all about, man. Keep going.
Fear God.
Fear the Most High.
And keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments, man. That's the conclusion. Not going to the library and 10 PDFs and I'm a scholar and this and that. Come on, man, it's ridiculous, man. I've been to Speaker's Corner, man. I've listened to StarNet TV and everybody knows. No, I got the way, man. Yeah, my name Dr. Umar Johnson Muhammad. I say black people should do this and blah, 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 and the Quran said this. Then another person comes, now I'm an Egyptology and I say this. Or black people should do this, blah, blah, blah. And with all that knowledge, black people are still on coke, man. With all that knowledge from America to England, man. The Rasta man got knowledge. This man thinks he's Moab. Who says that with Moab? The Moorish, the Nuwabi, all this knowledge, man. And when you go to the meetings, you're falling asleep, all this knowledge. You know, I went to a meeting one time with the Nuwabianism, and the pyramid come from the word Pira, which means the nose. Because even they knew the pyramid, which remember that garbage talking is your nose. All this knowledge is still on cocaine, man. It's weariness of the flesh. What we need to do is keep the commandments, man. That's what we need to do. And you keep the commandments, said, thou shalt not suffer at which to live. No drug dealers. You know what I mean? There shall be no whores in the daughters of Israel. I stopped your daughter from being pregnant at 16 by a man she don't know. That's what we got to do, man. Keep the commandments, man. The pyramid being your nose and everything ain't stopping nobody, man. You go around the whole of England and teach because Islam and Quran and this and all that garbage ain't teaching nothing, man. We got to keep the commandments. That is the conclusion of the matter, and that's what will save black people, man.
That's right.
That's what will save black people. Keep going.
For this is the whole duty of man.
There you go, man. If you go following all these people, the doctrine, you tie yourself up, man. Wearing of the flesh. All these people know so much and know nothing, man. All these people know, I'm a scholar here, I'm a scholar here. And they can't even agree with each other, man. Look at the conscious community. It's a community full of lost brothers, man. Every single person got the way. You got Jabari, who's some scholar, but Jabari don't agree with Polite, but then Polite's also intelligent, but he don't agree with him. And both all this knowledge and books and everything, and they can't get black people off drugs, man. Shows how good their religion is. All wariness of the flesh is tiring, man. All the books, I read what's it called? What's it called? Stone. The Metanetta stone, all this garbageness, and look at that, man. One man's a homosexual, man. Can't even shake the homosexual demon off him. The other one hates black people, moves to Beverly Hills. The other one's got a woman, but who would have guessed, man? He's so soft and effeminate and cuddly, man. But yet, you know, all of them got knowledge. And all of them can quote books upon books and metal netter upon metal netter. What call Stele or some shit? Yeah, Stele can read the metal netter and read that, and yet can't get black people off drugs, man. Can't get black people out of poverty, man. You know what I mean? Can't even beat the homosexual demon they got in him, man. Got his head shaved off and ponytail coming down here, man. Don't even know that he ain't Egyptian. Ridiculous, man. It's like the other one.
It's heavy because why you're saying it's facts, because a lot of them, they even believe in the same things and can't even agree on the same things. They both believe in Pan-Africanism, but one to say it started in Ethiopia, one to say, well, it's the Egyptian land where things started. So you believe in Pan-Africanism, and between you two, you can't even agree where black people first began, and they'll argue about it.
They say they're African, we're African. One man says, yeah, but Egypt. One man says, nah, man, it's Nuwab. One man says, nah, man, we're Nubian, man. Come on, man. I can't follow that, man. They know so much and I know nothing, man. Give me 1 Timothy 4:1. Any more on that real quick now?
No. This is all right. The book of 1 Timothy 4:1. I charge thee therefore before God and the Lord Yahushua Christ.
Give me 2 Timothy 4:1, Slacker. I believe so.
I got no. My fault. That was second.
That was second, yeah?
Yeah. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
So this is Paul speaking to Timothy, man, again, giving him guidance. So for Timothy was a young man that was, under Paul. So Paul was sending letters because obviously a young man can't run a school by himself unless he has guidance. You feel me? So Timothy saying in the last days some shall Joshua Rogers at 7 p.m. in the UK, other one. So he goes, in the last days, some shall depart from the faith. Depart means to leave, man. You get all the time, people leave and they think they got something else. They got a new doctrine. Now, cause I was reading and I realized that, you know what I mean? This ain't the way, man. You know what I mean? Many shall depart from the faith, mean leave the faith, mean leave the truth. In other words, keep going.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
And that's why they leave the truth, for they're giving heed, man. They're paying attention to seducing spirits, man. They listen to the other doctrines, like, in the Bible, you can rape. Yeah, man. If a man lay hold on a woman, yeah, man. They're giving heed to it, man. Yeah, it's wrong to have two wives. It's wrong, man. You have the one. Yeah, man. That looks so presentable and nice in this society. It's one. They're giving heed. They're paying attention to seducing spirits, man. A spirit is like it's a vibration, a vibe. Like, if a man's in the Christmas spirit, is in the Christmas vibe. They're giving heed to seducing spirits that look good, things that it pleases their needs, man. They believe having 10 wives, that's tacky and it's horrible. We can't win the nations like that, man. We can't preach the gospel. We can't preach the gospel like that. It don't look good. See, when I'm at my school, I'm gonna teach you to have one wife. That way it looks presentable, looks nice and prim and proper, man. See, you don't talk too loud. You know what I mean? Come to this camp, man. In our camp, we were all white, man. We talk good. We talk good vocation. That's how you teach the gospel. You can't teach the gospel being niggas. Oh, God, come on, man. And people listen to that. People hear the UPK with the baggy pants and rough beard and shouting like how the prophets did in the Bible.
That's right.
Then they hear this nice soft one speaking, man. They go, yeah, I'm going with them, man. You know what I mean? They're more seductive. They're seductive, man. I can listen to them. God must be with them. Look at them, man. You know what I mean? They don't have no beard. They're shaved low and nice and lined up and they're presentable men, man. The Lord's clearly with them. They got one wife. They speak that good vocation. You know what I mean? They don't ever swear. You know what I mean? And people do that. People give heed to seducing spirits, man. The church, forget about it. Whoa, seducing spirit, man. God loves you no matter what you do. God loves you even though you're homosexual. You can serve God no matter what mistakes you made. Your sins, no matter what color you are. That's a seducing spirit, man. I can see why anyone would join that religion. And Islam. You know, that's a seducing spirit, man. And many people leave the truth for that, man. Keep going.
And doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of devils, man. And this whole white man marriage, with the wedding ring and the vows and all that is a doctrine of a devil. And Timothy Paul's about to bring it out right now. It's a doctrine of a devil, man. Keep going.
Speaking lies in hypocrisy.
And that's what it is. It's lies, man. Saying that you must get married with a ring on your finger. Saying that you must say these vows, else you ain't married. If you ain't doing this, you're sinning. You are fornicating. That's what they call it. You ain't doing this, you are fornicating, man. That's adultery. You living in sin. That is lies, man. That is lies in the Bible. That is not sin according to the Bible. It's like everyone.
And that's heavy, like speaking lies in hypocrisy, meaning what they're saying is a lie. And then on top of that, they're hypocrites.
There you go, man.
They're doing it too.
So number one, it's a lie. And it's hypocrisy. You know what I mean? Pastor, the biggest hypocrite, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you know what I mean? You can't have tattoos, man. It's against the law, man. The Old Testament done away with. Meanwhile, there's a pastor the other day, man. Come on, it made me sick to see. You see the other one? It's a black pastor, man. A brother as well, man, I believe. One of these white cities, man. I can't remember. In the cathedral. And this man was sniffing coke, watching pornography. Oh, he was doing something else, man. The third thing he was doing. Let me look. By the way, keep going in the meantime.
Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. And
they got the conscience seared with a hot iron. Imagine that you get hot iron and you brand something in. You can't rub it off, man. You get a foul tip and you write something on the wall. That's fair enough, man. You can rub it off. If you brand it in with a hot iron, it ain't coming off. And the conscience is the thing that tells you that's wrong, man. Not them. Their conscience is sealed with a hot iron, man. You tell a Christian it's wrong to be homosexual. What? He's gonna say, you know what, you're right, man. No, God loves me no matter what I do. I don't care. You can't tell me nothing. You can't take heaven away from me. I'm saved, man. You know what I mean? Not once did it even feel bad, have any guilt. The conscience is seared with a hot iron, man. It's embedded. It's not, you know, it's not coming off. It's like the other one.
Verse 3, for even to marry.
And this is what these doctrines of devils do, man. They forbid you to marry. And what's that talking about, man? According to what we're reading, according to the whole marriage concept, what is the doctrine of the devil that they try to do? They forbid you to marry. So anyone will read that and think, no, they don't. Christians allow you to marry. Christians do not allow you to marry, man. They forbid you to marry. What am I talking about? Let me get a second. Try to find an article of that pastor, man. I swear the crack pipe or something like that. Was it a vicar, was it?
The vicar, yeah, a Catholic.
Nah, man. I can't find it. There you go. I think I got it. Catholic priest caught on video snorting cocaine in a room full of Nazi memorial grounds in church. What one? Nah, it's a white guy. This was a black man. It was
sniffing coke
and watching porn. I think, yeah, you go, caught sniffing porn. There you go. It was vicar caught on camera watching porn, sniffing cocaine, and using a crack pipe. Damn. And this is Mr. Stennett Kirby, man. He's a brother as well, man. But anyway, yeah, answer the question real quick. So how did the Christian church forbid you to marry?
They forbid you by you having another wife.
There you go.
You can't have more than one.
The brother said they forbid you. They say you can't have 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives. People read the Bible and think forbid you to marry means 1 woman. The Bible allows you to have as much woman as you want, man. And they say you can't. That is forbidding a man to marry, man. If you're allowed to have 10 pairs of shoes and I say, no, you can have 1, I'm forbidding you to have shoes. You know what I mean? I'm forbidding you for having as much shoes as you want. And that's what they do. They forbid men to marry. You know what I mean? This doctrine about, you know, walk down the aisle and love your woman and wedding vows, it forbids a man to have another woman, but it allows 2 men to marry, man. According to these fake Israelite groups, you ain't married until you have a piece of paper. So you tell me something then. There's people out there that got that same piece of paper just to make people stay in the country? Are they married too? They go home here, and the person they married to stay in the country goes home that way. So you're telling me in the eyes of God they're married, even though they never see each other. The only link up just to sort out paperwork. This woman got her man, he got his woman. But legally they're married just so he can stay in the country. God sees them as married too. God don't see him as married, man. But if you lie down with a woman, that is marriage, man. Adultery is not having sex with a woman before what they call marriage. We're going to show you what adultery is, man. Give me adultery in the scriptures, like, yeah. Leviticus.
Leviticus 20 and 10. And the man that committeth adultery.
Read that one more time.
And the man that committeth adultery.
And the Bible says, and the man that committeth adultery, the man that commits adultery is going to explain to you what adultery is, man. Keep reading.
With another man's wife.
With who?
Another man's wife.
And that's how you commit adultery, man. That's how a man commits adultery, when he has sex with another man's wife, man. You have sex with a woman and she ain't got a man, that's your woman. And if you find another woman and she ain't got a man, that's your woman also. And if you find another woman and she ain't got a man, that's your woman also, man. But if they got a man and you have sex with them, that is adultery. According to the Bible, that is adultery. Adultery ain't having sex before a ring, man. It's not having sex before some ceremony, man. It's not having sex before the cake and the aisle and the wedding vows and picking your woman up and what you want for the doorway or some shit like that. I didn't go to much weddings growing up, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Got dysfunctional family. I went to one actually. No, I went to two actually. I went to two. One is a youth and one's nah, I went to one as well, man.
Only one.
Now you went as a child and you went again, man. Oh, yeah, I went to three actually. And guess what? It was good, man. The wedding was nice. Woo. Had my own table with my name on it. Remember the family table, name on it. It was nice. The DJ, what? DJ put down some tune, man. Yo, the old folks were dropping some foot, man. I see them dropping and skanking it. It was beautiful, man. But guess what? That went in the marriage, man. That was a celebration of the marriage. You feel me? That's all it was. All it was a party. Just like if it's your birthday and you have no cake, it's still your birthday. You can have the cake. Well, it's against the law too. I was making an example. The cake and the celebration, the party, what do you call the party blowers and the crackers and whatnot. That's a celebration of your birthday. Without that, it's still your birthday. And likewise with marriage, man. Read that one more time.
And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife.
And that's how you commit adultery, man. You also in the movie Titanic and, you know, what's the movies, man? With the white man being the devil that he is, he tries to make adultery look good. You know what I mean? Yeah, but he's not treating her right, man. And you know what I mean? The white man makes you know, films like Titanic where, what's it, Rose had a man already, but Jack liked her and her man were treating her good, so that makes it all good. Nah, man, the white was the devil, man. You know what I mean? He turns things upside down. He made adultery look good, man. In the movie, you want Jack to get Rose? You're like, Jack, go get Rose, man. You know what I mean? You gotta go check yourself, man. Like, shit, I'm going off, man. Keep going.
Even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife.
There you go, with his neighbor's wife, man. Your neighbor's your fellow Israelite. If you see a woman and she looks good and she got a man, it's too bad for you, man. I don't care if they're not getting on. I don't care if you don't treat her good. I don't care if you're lazy and they don't work. That's their business. Something they gotta sort out, man. Something they gotta go to the I.S.U.P.K and get counsel for and work out, man. You know what you're supposed to do? Mind your business, man. Simple as that, man. She looks good and you know what I mean? You and her have a better connection. You know what I mean? You and her talk better. That could mean that we get on more. It's like, we got chemistry, man. Yeah, I hear that. Too bad. Leave her alone, man. She's taken already. You can't have her. Some man got there before you. You know what I mean? Keep going.
The adulterer and the adulteress.
The adulterer and the adulteress. You're a woman and you're having sex with somebody else who ain't your man. If you're a man having sex with someone else's woman, both of you done?
Shall surely be put to death.
And that was the punishment, man. Death. And that is adultery when a man has sex with a woman that is someone else's woman. That's adultery. Not a man having two women. You're an adulterer, man. Living in sin. Why? You got two women, man. Yeah, man. Remember back in the, what do you call it? Man with two women, they call him a two girl. You see him, the two girl, you know. Remember the ones there? That's not an adulterer. An adulterer is a man that has sex with a man's woman. And it's not a man that's what they call shacking up. He's shacking up, man. He even put a ring on there yet, man. That's not an adulterer. You feel me? Like, give me John 2 and 2.
book of John, chapter 2 and verse 2. And both Yahushua was called and his disciples to the marriage.
And Yahushua disciples, they went to a wedding. They went to a marriage. I didn't say weddings were wrong. What I said, weddings are not the marriage, though, man. Sex is. In the Bible, sex is important, man. That's why it's important that you don't have sex with any woman, man. Don't get it twisted. Also, the I.S.U.P.K teach that a man can have more than one wife. You know why? Because it's in the Bible. We can't tell you to not do something that God gave you the right to do, but we tell you to be careful, man. Sex is important, man. You know how important sex is? Sex can give life, and sex can take life, man. That's how important it is. That's why we have the 6-month rule in the school. If you find a woman outside of school and you want to do whatever you want to do, that's fine. But just know you can't put a woman away, man. You can't put her away. That's why we tell every brother to move safely, man. Make sure that woman's for you, man. Meet her and see, you know what I mean? Because in the early stages, everyone's nice. I like her, man. She's cool, man. That's easy, man. When she starts to get on your nerves and piss you off and so forth, which happens, it's normal. This ain't no Hollywood movie where, you know, everything's nice. And that's a problem. Women watch too much movies, man. And the first sign of struggle in their marriage, see, it's not the same. I'm leaving, man. I thought it was all good. Like, yo, why is it? You're telling me you're willing to quit already? Yo, quitter, man. You think every day you're gonna walk through the door and it's gonna be celebration, champagne dinner, and rose petals? You're gonna have days where you know what I mean. You get on each other's nerves. That's in any relationship, man. Not even a love relationship, even in a brother and sister relationship, even a mother and son. You know what I mean? Father and son. The days when you get on each other's nerves, days when you're angry, days when you fall out, man. Likewise in a marriage. So if you can't hack it out and you ain't ready, you're ready to quit and go to somebody else. So you're not ready for marriage, man. You might want to keep your ears closed until you're ready, man. Simple as that. Sometimes we tell brothers, don't have another wife. Salakia, we don't. That's a doctrine of the devil. Salakia. We tell a brother, are you sure? We give him counsel. If that brother wants to go out and do it, Lord be with him, man. We can't stop him. We can't say you're not going to have another wife. You can. But we say to him, listen, brother, you got 3 already, you know. The other day, you know, you're complaining recently about you can manage and da-da-da-da-da. We give you counsel. And that's with anything. People get it twisted like I.S.U.P.K is out there having sex with any woman, any whore. Nah, man. Man. It's not how it works. But what we can't do is tell a man he can't have more than one wife. Just like we can't tell a man to have more. We can't tell a man he can only have one pair of shoes and one car and one this and one. We can't do that, man. According to the Bible, a man can have much wives as he can, man. You know what I mean? That's what we teach. In fact, get me that real quick, man. If a man have 2 wives, hold that. It means if a man have 2 wives. I think that's the one, yeah. Give me the law on it.
Deuteronomy 21 and 15. If a man have 2 wives.
You hear that? Read it one more time.
If a man have 2 wives.
Now that scripture's deep, man. Do you know the scripture didn't say a man can have 2 wives? Do you notice? It didn't say a man can have 2 wives. It said if a man have 2 wives, man. What's that saying? That it's normal? It's like me saying if a man have 2 cars, if a man has 2 children. He said if, meaning at this time it was normal, and the law's telling us this man how to deal with it. Having more than 1 wife isn't even a law. It's just normal. Like drinking water, is drinking water a law? It's just normal. Having how much kids you want, it's just normal. A man has how much kids does he want until he comes to a decision where, you know what, I'm gonna slow down now. I think I got enough. Is there a law on it? Is there a guideline on how much kids he must have? No. It's like me saying if a man have 10 children, the law on multiple marriages is saying if a man has 2 wives, man. Then it goes on later on to show how he would deal with it. But the key word is if. I mean, there's no law on it, but if it does, this is what it must do. And it goes on to say you can't treat, you know, the man justly and so forth. But this was the norm, man. And this law isn't even Israelite. It's not even an Israelite law. It's a mankind law. Like it's a mankind law to have children. It's normal for all races to have children. It's normal for all races to find a woman, have sex, have children, and multiply. It's normal for all races to drink water and eat food and survive. It's just normal for all races to have more than 1 woman. This whole 1 wife thing is new. You can find multiple marriage in all cultures, man. You go to the rainforest where the white man hasn't touched, and you see a man with a plate in his lip, man, rings and cut up face, and around him is what, man? Loads of women. You go to go to the tigers and the lions, man. There's something called a lion pride, and a lion pride consists of what, man? Children, loads of lionesses, and one male, man. That's what it consists of. Go on.
From Kenny, Kim Anthony Saunders.
Okay, about to get cut. About to get cut. Okay.
Is there an account in the New Testament where a man has more than one wife?
Give me that one. Give me Christ did it in the parable. Yep, there is. Not only is there account of it in the New Testament, it's Matthew 25. I'm gonna get it from the words of Christ himself. It's Matthew 25 and 1.
Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
So this is Christ speaking, man. And Christ giving a parable. Now, when Christ gave parables, he gave stuff that you could relate to. When you're giving a parable or a breakdown, you liken something people can relate to. Like, remember the parable in school about the rabbit and the hare? Because why? Rabbits exist, hares exist. You know what I mean? Like a rabbit, the hare and the tortoise. Hares move fast, tortoise move slow. You give a breakdown of what they could understand, like the parable of the seed sower. Why? Because men threw seeds out there. Christ gave a parable, told the disciples, I'll make you fishermen of men. Why? Because they were fishermen. He gave parables and things that they could relate to. What other parable did he give to? A man that builds his house on the sand and on a rock. Why? Because people build their house on the sand. You give them parables that they can relate to. And Christ was a carpenter, hence why he gave the parable of a man that built his house on the sand and a man that built his house on the rock. You know, the foundation. Christ gave parable about a man that was a shepherd and 100 sheep. Why? Because back then there was sheep that lived at the time. So he's saying stuff that Peter, Andrew, and so forth can relate to. And in this chapter, he gives a parable, man. He gives a parable about the kingdom of heaven, and he dropped it in a way that these men can relate to it, man. Read it again from the top.
Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven.
And the kingdom of heaven, man, the rulership of the Israelites, they're going to compare the kingdom of heaven to something. In one scripture, it compares to a man sowing seeds, which is a farmer. In one, it compares to a carpenter. And listen to what it compares the kingdom of heaven to in this one. Keep going.
Shall be the icon unto 10 virgins.
Unto how much?
10 virgins.
Unto how much?
10 virgins.
And 10 is plural, man. So not plural. Plural is with literature. 10 is more than one. 10 is 9 numbers after one. And the kingdom of heaven is like 10 virgins, 10 women, 10 young women. Read on.
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
What's the bridegroom? The bridegroom is the man getting married. The kingdom of Christ likened the kingdom of heaven to 10 women going to marry one man.
That's right.
That's what Christ likened the kingdom of heaven to you, man. Why would Christ give this analogy if multiple marriage is unlawful? You tell me that, man. Christ gave a parable and gave something that his disciples can relate to. How can they relate to this if it's unlawful? How can it relate to this if God didn't ordain this, man? How can they relate to this if it's wrong? You know why they could relate to it? Because when they was living, this was happening, man.
That's right.
So when Christ broke it down to them, like, okay, that's in the New Testament, man. That's what the words of Christ. But you won't hear this come from the Christian church, man. What you need to do, what's the name? Kem Saunders. What's the name? Kem Anthony Saunders. You just come to I.S.U.P.K and just learn, man. Simple as that, man. 10 virgins getting married to one man. And if you read that, it's a marriage because they went to the chamber. And what happens in the chamber, man? Chamber is something called a bed. It's, old English for a bedroom. When you watch old movies like, what do you call it? Like Othello and stuff. I went to my chambers and like, it's a bedroom, man. And Christ said that. So again, man, all you need to come to I.S.U.P.K. Humble yourself, man. Stop being so proud and jump on the I.S.U.P.K. page, man. Talking nonsense, man. It was lawful in the Old Testament for a man to have more than one wife. And it's lawful now, man. You know what I mean? The law don't change. How could something be lawful in the Old Testament and then not lawful no more? But anyway, continue. Where were we?
John 2 and 2.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 3. And they wanted wine, and the mother of Yahushua said unto him.
So that wedding, man, they're drinking wine, having a good time, man. So you don't get too sick. Christ went to weddings, we know that, man. You're not going to confound us and blow us out, you know what I mean? But blow us out the water and blow our mind. We know that, man. Give me Ephesians 5:25.
Ephesians 5:25.
Come on.
Husbands, love your wives.
Give me verse 23, slack, yeah.
Ephesians 5:23. For the husband is the head of the wife.
Slack, give me 22. Slack, yeah, come on, slack.
Ephesians 5:22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
And this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're ordained to do, man. This is what you're obliged to do if you're married, man. You know what I mean? If you have sex with a woman, the woman gotta obey you, man. Submit yourself to your husband. Don't try to be over him. Don't try to put your fingers in his face, kick him out the house, belittle your man. That man's in charge, man. That man. Now, I'm not saying you can't have an idea. If you got an idea, your man goes, you know what? That makes sense, you know. Then fair enough. But if your man don't agree with, nah, man, we ain't doing that, man. Then you as a woman got to say, okay, and you move forward, man. That's what you're supposed to do. And if you can't do that, then you should keep the legs closed, man. If you don't think this man's worthy to follow, you don't respect him, you don't like him, you feel, oh, he's an idiot, man, then you should keep the legs closed, man. Until you can follow him. And that's how you truly love him, man. Not by opening your legs to him and Valentine's Day and nonsense, but you can obey him, man. And if you can't do that, if you're telling me a wedding ring is more important than your body, this is a lot about you, man. If you can obey a man because he gives you a ring, but can't obey a man that has sex with you, the man that lies on you, the man that lies on in bed with you every night, you can't respect him. That's a lot about you, man. That's you're cheap. That's a wedding ring and 10 grand wedding is more precious than your body. You know what I mean? That's a lot about you. Keep going.
As unto the Lord.
As unto the Lord. And if you're a Christian, we'll talk about I love the Lord and this, that. Woman, you're meant to obey your man like Christ is standing there, man. When your man says do that wasn't your man speaking, that was Christ speaking, man. When your man says come home at this time, when your man says you're not wearing that, man, Christ saying you're not wearing that, man. You're meant to obey your man like the Lord's there. And if you can't do that, keep your legs closed, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a big responsibility that comes with having sex, man. Keep going.
Verse 23. Husband, for the husband is the head of the wife.
And the man's in charge of his woman, man. Keep going.
Even as Christ is the head of the church.
And the same way Christ is the head of the church, the school. You know, we call it the school, but you know, when Christians put the word church there, it just means a gathering or congregation. Which both of them words sound so Christian these days, but all it is a gathering, man. Even the word gathering sounds Christian as hell, man. You know what I mean? Christ is the head of it, man. All the schools in the I.S.U.P.K, Baltimore, New York, Christ is in charge, man. Right. Keep going.
And he is the savior of the body.
And Christ is the savior of the body, man. Save the body. A black man, you got to be the same to your woman, man. You got to be willing to die for your woman, man. I don't know where they get this from. I.S.U.P.K beats the woman. Where they were getting that from, man? You know what I mean? These men are just lazy and they're bums. I don't know what I.S.U.P.K man that beats the woman. I don't know where you're getting this from. You know what I mean? Again, people slander and chat nonsense, but we follow the scriptures and we love our wives, man. We're ready to die for our women, man. Keep going.
Verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands.
And we're subject unto Christ. Sub means to be under. We're submarine, sub-zero, under. The same way how we're under Christ. A woman must be that same way to a man. She shouldn't be calling the shots. You know, I wear the trousers here. The woman had the top saying, I got the vagina, means I call the shots. And that's not how it works, man. You know, that's some new woman feminist movement, man. Before that, women knew the deal, man. And it's in a woman's nature to be subject to her husband, man. You know what I mean? When a woman's car tire pops, who does she go run to? Your husband. She don't go fix it herself. A woman knows. A woman knows, man. But what's the problem today? In 2019, yeah, a woman don't need a man. In 2019, a woman got the police. A woman got the AA breakdown cover. You know, she got the gas, man. So she feels I'm nice, man. But let something happen tomorrow where it crashes and there's no police, there's no AA breakdown cover, and people are running for the streets. You know what I mean? Raping women, going crazy, fires burning at riots. You're gonna wish you had a man. That same man used to poke in his face and say, "You lazy, man." You're gonna wish he was here. You're gonna wish he was lying on that same couch there with his feet up, man. Before when he used to lie around the couch with his feet up, he's making sick. You're gonna wish he was right there, man. You're gonna phone his phone. Remember, it's a crash. It's gonna go through the answer machine, man. And you're gonna wish he was there. But 2019, a woman don't need a man, so she thinks, oh, I don't need nobody because, you know, thanks to the white man. The white man is there, man. The white man gives her money and dole and what it was, gyro, job seekers. Job seekers change, man. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? It's called child credits. So they feel like, I don't need no man. Rightfully so. We'll see, man. Car breaks down. She calls the AA, man. You know what I mean? She calls the plumber and everything. So today she don't need it, man. But time's coming, man. You better love that, man. Because the white man ain't gonna be here to save you forever, man. And that same black man that used to belittle, trust me, you're gonna need him. You're gonna need him. Trust me. We keep going.
Subject unto your own husbands in everything.
In everything, man. Not some things. In everything. So what does that mean? In everything. If a man says, you know what, I want an ex-wife, man. Can a woman say, no, I'm leaving? Nah, man, I don't agree with this, man. You know what? Nah, man, I ain't doing this, man. He said in everything, man. I mean, a woman don't. If a man wants two women, a woman can't even say nothing, man. You know what I mean? But keep going.
Verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
And on the flip side as well, I love your woman, man. You get me? I'm not saying go out there and have sex with everybody and go catch AIDS and syphilis in the clap and end up in the umbrella clinic. Let's go in Whittle Street and so forth. You know what I mean? Pissing out razors. I'm not saying that, man. But obviously, a man can have more than one wife. And when he has more than one wife, he must love them also. It's not all about sex. And woman thinks it's all about sex and lust. It's not about that, man. It's a duty a man must carry. And I'm going to show you how heavy that duty is, man. Give me Deuteronomy 25 and 9. I'm going to show you how it's a duty. It's like having children. As nice as it is making children, it comes with headache, man. Waking up at night time and making bottles, and later on you gotta go buy school uniform and going down to the school and parents leaving, all that, man. As nice as it is a duty, and marriage, same thing. As nice as it is, and the dates and the date night and the sex and so forth, there's also pain that comes with it too, man. It's a duty. It's not a thing that you can run around having sex with everybody, man. I'm gonna show you how it's a duty. Deuteronomy 25 and 9.
Deuteronomy 25 and 9. Then shall his brother's wife come unto him.
Set the scene for me. 25 and 9.
Start from verse 5.
Go on.
Deuteronomy 25 and 5. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no idols.
So, brethren, if two brethren are together, two brothers, man. You know what I mean? You got who's brother, the Wayne brothers or whatnot. You know, you got 5 of them. If one of them die, I had no children. He had a wife, but he had no children with her. Keep going.
The wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger.
So the word without means outside. So saying you got 5 brothers, yeah? One brother dies, he got a woman, no children. If that was to happen, that wife can't go marry someone else without outside that family. She has to marry one of those brothers. I believe it's the next in line, the next brother, the oldest brother, and so forth. That's how it will work. Keep going.
Her husband's brother or other shall go in unto her.
And her husband's brother, he shall have a child with her. She couldn't marry any. She go, oh, I'm gone now. I married someone else. Had to marry the next brother in that family. Keep going.
And take her to him to wife.
And he shall, that should be his wife. Keep going.
And perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
And that man shall produce the duty of a husband's brother unto her. See, the Bible calls it a duty. It's work. It's not easy, man. Keep going.
Verse 6. And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead. So
when they have a child, that brother won't be his child. It'll be his brother's child. Name that's his brother. That way his brother ain't forgotten about. Every man should have a child that carry on their legacy. And the Bible did in a way that even if a man didn't have a child, he'll still have a child to carry out his legacy. You are your brother. Your brother got the same mom and dad, same genetics. So that's you basically. And people won't forget about you. Oh, who's so-and-so? He died. He had no children, man. He's gone. You still have a legacy, even though you never, if that makes sense. So your brother will make you a child and name a child after you. That'll be the son of you. And that child will have children. And that way your name won't be forgotten about. You won't be a guy that just disappeared and just died. You feel me? Keep going.
That his name be not put out of Israel.
And that way his name won't be put out of Israel, just forgotten about. A man that, is fizzled out. Keep going.
Verse 7. And if the man like not to take his other's wife.
But if a man don't want to take his brother's wife, man, like, nah, man, I don't want to do that, man. Keep going.
Then let his brother's wife go up onto the gate, onto the elders.
And she'll go to the elders, man, the men that are in charge of the city. Every city, the elders today, you got Birmingham Court, you know, Wolverhampton Court, London Court. In the gate of the city, in each city, you had, you know, people that would deal with problems like this. Again, we weren't savages, we weren't scavengers, and we had establishments, man. We were civilized. We went to the elders, went to the courts, the judges, the barristers, what's it called, the solicitors. That's what she would do. If the man said no, I ain't doing it, she'll go higher, man. She'll go to court and she'll speak to them people. Keep going.
And say, my husband's brother or other refuser to raise up onto his brother or other a name in Israel.
There you go. So it goes on. I won't read it for time's sake, but it goes on. You know what I mean? What will happen to him if you don't want to do it? But why would his brother in this case not want to raise up seed for his brother? Why would he not? Anyone know?
He might not can afford it, or there might be some obstacles which make it.
But on this topic, saying that, you know, sex ain't about this fun and fun and fun. Why don't you want to do it? To tell you why? Because he knows that this is a duty, man. That's why he don't want to do it. It's like too much work, man. You know what I mean? You don't just come with sex. Comes with a baby. Comes looking after her. Make sure she's fine. And the brothers can't manage, man. Again, what you said, probably financial problems. Probably just can't mentally manage it. Sex is not, marriage is not fun. It's not something you do here and there. It is a duty. But the duty of marriage, and that's why you want to do it. If sex was what it's used for today, your brother wouldn't have no problem. Like, yeah, no problem, man. But he knew that it's a duty, and that's why he didn't want to do it, even though he had to. It's something you gotta be like, and be a brother and start being selfish and be selfless. That's what you have to do, and that's why the brother didn't want to do it, because it's the duty, man. So marriage ain't. People think marriage is a laugh and a joke. We're not happy that way. They're leaving. I'm out. I can't do it no more, man. Marriage is hard times, man. If you're ready for hard times, you better shut them legs, man. Simple as that. Other one. Right. Like, give me Maccabees 2:30, man. Yeah, you can get more of this duty, man. Christ a lovely woman, man. Christ of the church, man. Gave himself for him. Let me show you some more of this duty of marriage, man. Ain't all about the ring. Everyone's fascinated about the ring, man. Fascinated about the marriage and the this and the wedding, man. They're not focused on the duty or what comes with it, man. The hard times, man. You know what I mean? They're not focused on that. They want the wedding vows and man, and the camera and the rewind and they renew their vows every year and the anniversary. That's what you focus on, man. You're not focused on the duty. There's more than that, man. Let me show you something about Judas Maccabee, man. Keep going.
First Maccabees 2 and the 30th verse. Both they and their children.
Give me a verse above, one verse above, real quick.
First Maccabees 2 and 29. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there. Both they and their children and their wives.
And their what?
And their wives.
And that's marriage, man. These men bitch up and I'm leaving my wife and cut. Nah, man, took their wives with them. Why? Because the Bible said they must do. The Bible said, husbands, love your wives as you love yourself, man. And these men were about to be killed by the Romans, man. And they took their wives with them. I think the Greeks, like, yeah, took their wives with them. That's the duty that the Bible's talking about, man. It's a duty that you must keep your woman safe, man. Must keep your family safe, man. And that's why the brother in Deuteronomy thought, do I really want to take this on? And the answer is yes, man. You know what I mean? Because brotherhood's big in the Bible. Even though it's hard, you got to stop being selfish, man. So you know what? I'm going to take one for the team, man. I can't my brother's name put out Israel, man. And that's what you got. That's that duty right there, man. Took their wives with them. You know how easy it is to travel light? When your life's on the line, it's easy to up and go. And these men took their wives with them, took their family with them, took their kids with them. You know what? That's the duty of marriage, man. It's not all about watching the wedding video, cut it up. It's not all about watching Netflix. It's not all about candlelight dinners, man. And a lot of people leave and become whores, man. Have sex with somebody else. And then they find out it don't work over there. So have sex again. Oh, I find out love with him. And that's spark it there no more, man. And they leave and sex somebody else. Because why? Hollywood's told you that marriage is the wedding, man. And good times and love and, steak dinner and so forth, man. What's this saying, Slakia?
Like Ross, not the other one. Does she not have the choice of marrying the younger, or can she be marrying someone else?
Right now, it's only if she don't have a child. If she has a child, she can go and marry someone else. That's correct, the other one. That's correct. If she don't have a child, with that man, then yeah, she must marry his brother. It's usually the one in line. But the elders will have a council and whatnot in it, and they'll iron it out. But I believe it's usually like rank order or age order or something like that. Because in the time of Ruth, he said that Boaz was near of kin. No, he wasn't near of kin, but the brother that was gave it up. He didn't want to do it, so he got the punishment. What Deuteronomy was saying, and then Boaz took it. Yeah. So let me get one real quick. Give me Matthew Slacker. I should go back to the one in them Maccabee Slacker, the one.
First Maccabees 2:30. Both they and their children and their wives.
And their wives, man. You know why? Because these men knew that they had a duty to keep, man. Today, that man will leave his wife or up and leave, man. In the Bible, divorce is wrong. Christ is against divorce in the Bible, man. You can't divorce women in the Bible. According to even in the Old Testament, you couldn't divorce women, man. And that's a fact. I know everyone's thinking, yeah, but the book of Gen... Nah, man. In the book of Malachi, so the Lord hates to put in away, man. The Lord just did it for now because we'll kill each other. To stop us from killing each other and fighting and keeping each other's car up and shit. Most of all right, I'll just suffer it, man. It's always been wrong for a man to put away his wife, man. You can't put away your wife, man. And these men knew that, and they took the children, they took their wives with them, didn't leave them. And these men was the life on the line. They could have been dead, man. And their wives came along because they had a duty to keep, man. You know what I mean? And that's that same duty that was spoken of in Ephesians, man. To love your wife, man. In the UPK, the only way your wife can be hungry is if you're more hungry, man. You know what I mean? The only how your wife can be in need is if you're more in need. That's the only way, man. We don't condone beating women. We don't say, starve her or whatever, man. Yeah, a woman is beneath her, man, but the Bible said man must love his woman, man. A woman is under a man, should I say? It's like, yeah, but bad choice of words. But that don't mean we beat them. Children are under their parents, man. Does that mean we abuse our children? Does that mean we don't feed our children? No, it don't, man. Slack, give me real quick Matthew 19:8, man.
The book of Matthew 19:8. He saith unto them, want to start also?
Go on, please, if you could, the other one. The last scripture anyway, so it's 19 and
3.
Yeah, come.
Matthew 19:3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempted him.
Did what?
Tempted him.
So the Pharisees came tempting him. You know what I mean? There's two types of people. The people that ask genuine questions. You know what I mean? What does this mean, man? And there's people that come to tempt you, man, trap you up in your words, make you look stupid. You know what I mean? But to ask Christ a question that they know the answer for already, man. That they came to try to tempt him, twist him up, make him look stupid for everybody. In fact, that's like they tried to get him killed, man. Tried to get him killed. In the Bible, in the book of Deuteronomy, it said, if anyone, your family, your mom, said, let us depart from the commandments of the Most High, let that man be accursed. So they're trying to make Christ say one thing and go, hold on. But the Bible said this. You got a big following and you're telling your people to do this, but the Bible said this. This man's evil, man. Kill him, man. That's what they want to happen. Trying to tempt him to get himself killed, man. But again, Christ knows scriptures more than them. Just like we know the scriptures more than, what's his name? Kem Saunders. Kem try to tempt me. Show me in the Bible where a man can have more than one wife. He thought he had me. And I was like, he thought, in his case, he got me. I could imagine he typed the shit back and sat back. Like, you know, he thought he had me, man. Tempting me. The same way they thought they had Christ. He thought he had me, man. You thought it weren't there. It was there, man. In fact, Christ said it himself. But just like Christians of old, man. I'm reading about Christians right here. And Christians are right here. And that back then, Christians would come to Christ face to face. Nowadays, Christians typing on the computer, man. You know what I mean? They thought they had him. You know what I mean? They're going to find out how they thought they had Christ. Keep going.
Tempting him and saying unto him, is it awful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? So
saying, listen, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any cause, man? Meaning you don't like her no more. Everybody says, oh, I'm out of love, man. I don't love her no more. She's not attractive as she used to be, man. She got stretch marks now since the 2 children, man. I can't do it no more, man. They're asking Christ, waiting for Christ to say, no, you can't divorce your wife. So they can trap him in his words. Say, I got it, man. In the book of Exodus, it says so and so and so. You can put away your wife. See, this man's a liar, man. Just like Kem Anthony Saunders, man. You know what I mean? He thought, yeah, man, I read the Bible. You know what I mean? Knowing the Bible, you see more than one wife. So I'm about to trap him now, man. But, you know, just like Christ, we learn from Christ. I mean, Christ is the head of the school, man. Christ built the school. You know what I mean? So again, just like we can't be trapped, man. We can't be caught in our speech, man. The same way Christ couldn't. Just the same way Christ wasn't. Keep going.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them from the beginning made them ale and email?
Give me verse 7. So I'll give you verse 6.
Verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh.
So Christ, when a man has sex with a woman and married to a woman, they're no more twain. Twain means two. They're no more she does this and he does this. They're no more she lives here and he lives here. They're no more this is what she likes, this is what he likes. They're now one flesh. Now then, both of them, he don't have his life and she has her life. Now it's our lives. You know what I mean? I don't cook for myself and you cook for myself. Now we both eat together. You know what I mean? I don't build my life and you build your life. We both build together now. Back in the day, she used to go uni and sort her life out, get that degree. He used to do his thing. Nowadays, she's going uni to make sure both of them are cool. He's going to his slavery to make sure both of them are cool. They're not doing their own separate thing. They're one flesh now. That's what it means to be one flesh. You don't mean they're Siamese twins. You don't mean they're what's it called? The fusion dance in Dragon Ball Z. It means that they're one now. They're on one accord. Keep going.
What therefore God have joined, let no man put asunder.
So Christ, what God put together, let no man separate, man. So no, a man can't divorce his wife. If God put these two people together, how can you divorce them? How can you separate them, man? Keep going.
They said unto him.
That's what they replied, like, so hold on then. You know what I mean? I read the Old Testament, man. I read the book of Moses. You're saying this, but Moses is otherwise, man. Are you saying that you're greater than Moses? Still like, and
you know what's heavy? They're not denying what he's saying, because what he's saying is in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, where like Adam said,
God.
So they ignore that. Just like what Christians do right now. Anytime you say something, they ignore it and go to what they want to go.
God. And that's heavy what the other one brought up, man. They're not denying what Christ said. It's in the Bible. Christ said, have you not read that a man shall leave his mother and his father and come one with his wife? It's in the Bible. They didn't say that's a lie. It's in there, but they're trying to overwrite his scripture with another scripture, man. Like if the Bible contradicts itself. The Bible goes together as one, man. You know what I mean? That Christian do. Yeah. I heard the scripture, man can want a wife. But what about this one? So are you saying that my scripture I brought out was a lie? And your one's correct? You know what I mean? And that's Christians today, man. That is so Christians. You bring out, yeah, but God loves Israel and Israel above all nations. But what about John 15? How are you going to fight a scripture with another scripture, man? The Bible's one book, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
That's right. They said unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? So
they're saying, okay, that's the case. And why did Moses say this? Moses to give her the law. Why did he say that we can divorce our wives? Keep going.
Verse 8. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wife.
And Moses allowed that to happen, man. Suffer means to allow because we were wicked, man. Moses said, you know what? He said, we was building golden calves and women against their men and men against the women. Moses said, listen, to stop you like from killing each other, I like to separate, man. You know, you're meant to stay together to death, but because we're so wicked, you know what I mean? The woman would be keying our car, men be killing our women and fighting and all the woodness, scrapping and stuff. Because we're wicked, Moses, you know what? It's best to separate. If you don't work out, to separate. Moses said that. He allowed that to happen. But keep going.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
So that was not how it was supposed to be. Moses allowed it to happen because we were wicked, man. He's like, you know what? I can't deal with this, man. You know what? You in here and getting on. Just leave it, man. Go find somebody else, man. But from the beginning, it was not so. It was not supposed to happen, man. From Adam, that wasn't so. When a man had sex with a woman, that was his wife from the beginning. Nowhere in the Bible did Noah put away his wife. Nowhere in the Bible did Shem put away his wife. Methuselah put his wife. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and so forth. From the beginning, that went so, man. Keep going.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife except it be for fornication.
So the only way you can put away your wife is she has sex with another man. Because when your wife has sex with another man, she becomes married unto him, man. It's fornication or adultery, man. Fornication is unlawful sex. Adultery is having sex with someone else's wife. Fornication is unlawful sex as a whole. A lie.
That's right.
So adultery will be fornication. Homosexual will be fornication. Having sex with a beast or animal, fornication. Christ accepted it be for fornication. So accept you come home and your woman's having sex with a dog, having sex with a plumber, having sex with your brethren. Keep going.
And shall marry another.
So the only way you can put away your woman, if she has sex with someone else, you can't see another woman and she's nice and you know what, I'm leaving this one for this one. As the Christian church says. Christian church say you can have another wife only if you drop the next one. They say you can't have two. You can have two if you drop the other one, and then you have one at a time. And that's what was taught back then. What's it called? Augustus Caesar was taught that. That's another topic anyway. So Christ saying, if a man does that, see another woman and drop the other one, that's committed adultery, man. You're leaving it. A woman who's your woman, you've left her by herself for another man to have sex with. When that man has sex with her, she's having sex with your woman. You just caused another man to commit adultery and that woman to commit adultery. She was yours, but you've left her, forced her to sex with somebody else. Keep going.
Marry another, committeth adultery, and whosoever marrieth her which is put away doth commit adultery. There
you go, man. And whosoever marry her commits adultery. You wake one day and go, oh, what, man? You know what? I'm blocking your number, man. Move for me, man. Nah, man, you're scared, man. Move, man. And the girl did nothing wrong but get on your nerves. You commit adultery, man. You commit adultery. Another man meets her now. You know what I mean? You got a man, nah. When she according to the most that she does, has sex with her, you cause both of them to commit adultery, man. You can't do that. You can't put away with wife unless she. I don't care how much arguments you have. I don't care how much she cut your trousers and breach your car windows. That is your woman, man. Until she has sex with somebody else or until she's dead. Simple as that, man. You know, thanks to the Christian church, you know, all rules apply, man. And then with that, we'll pass it over to priest and prophet. 5,000 Prash with the announcements and the prayers.
Right, that was a powerful class. Let's give Officer Karafi a hand for that 12 class. All right, we are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding GEN.YAHANNA, ruled for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ishra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or to each the priest fund, a free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations is a Passover, Saturday, 20th of April. You mean that's the Passover. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin boards in the hallway. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, we're going to rise and face the east and send up the Lord's prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat, Shemaiah, Kadash, Hayat, Shamkat, Yahweh, Balak Waka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Hayat,
Hayat,
I.S.U.P.K,
I.S.U.P.K,
Ratazak,
Ratazak,
Kawar,
Kawar,
Hayat,
Hayat,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Nafananawa,
Nafananawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Cow,
Cow,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalaknawa,
Kabawafnawa,
Kabawafnawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawafinawa,
Kabawafinawa,
Wala'am,
Wala'am,
Kabayaynawa,
Kabayaynawa,
Walasayawan,
Walasayawan,
Abol,
Abol,
Hawashinawa,
Hawashinawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Right,
Right,
Kayat,
Kayat,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahafapara,
Wahafapara,
La'aywalamya,
Iwalamya,
Aman,
Aman, in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debt
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our
as
debtors,
we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be the next prayer, the Hakab, the power, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Babu Kushab,
Baba Kushar,
Nafalanawa,
Nafananawa,
Hakab,
Haka,
Hakab,
Haka,
Larapa'ah,
Larapa'ah,
Kal Makala,
Kal Makala,
Kal Madawa,
Bakal Madawa,
Hakab,
Haka,
Lataha,
Lataha,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakab,
Haka,
Lahaqiyam,
Lahaqiyam,
Hamafiyam,
Hamafiyam,
Hakab,
Haka,
Arukawa,
Arakawa,
Hatama Allah,
Hatama Allah,
Lagarishan,
Lagarashan,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Tawana,
Tawada,
Aman,
Aman. And in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushai,
please give us the power
please give us the power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of
In the
Yahushai,
name of Yahushua,
thank you.
So
So be it.
So be it. Next prayer is the blessings. Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Wa Yahushai,
Wa Yahushai,
Wa Mayaka'ala,
Wa Mayaka'ala,
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahayim,
Batazabi'ah,
Mata Zabi'ah,
Ala-Wap-Yohanna,
Ala-Wap-Yohanna,
Ha Ala-Wapyam,
Ha Ala-Wapyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Suranyam,
Ha Patazayanyam,
Ha Patazayanyam,
Ha Aliyam,
Ha Kalayalim,
Wa Akwapyam,
Wa Akwapyam,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Tawada,
Tawada,
Aman.
Aman. And in the English, blessed are you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahushai,
and Yahushai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohanna,
commanding General Yohanna,
the generals,
the generals,
the
the
captains,
captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters,
and the sisters,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushua,
thank you,
so
so be it.
So be
And the curses, blessed are you, Yahweh,
it. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living,
and all things living,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in
Yahushai,
the name of Yahushua.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now,
right now.
send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishments and destruction,
and death to the heathen
and death to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against us,
thy prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite
the
brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the schools,
and the schools,
the evils and curses,
the evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishments and destruction,
and death to the heathen,
and death to the heathen,
and shake loose the
and
pockets
shake loose the pockets
of the rich of Israel
of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches
force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary,
to enter into thy sanctuary,
send evils and curses,
send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishments and destruction,
and death to the Edomites,
and death to the Edomites,
and the nations,
and the nations,
and their drug dealers,
and the drug dealers,
the court system,
the court system,
the prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the
Islam,
Christianity, Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation, Skinheads. Posse
Matazi.
The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space programs. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. The cable access channels. And the radio channels. Convict the spirit. Of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And brings with death. To all the heathen. That stand in the way. Or try to stop us. From broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrorists. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth and destroy. Cause the terrorists. To come against America. And the UK. And destroy them in their stronghold. Let America shake. Let the UK shake. At the hands of the terrorists. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel. Come down with the flying saucers. And kill all the heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. That it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
The next prayer is to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Ba'Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Barakanawa. Wayasha Allah. Wahabaya. Sapayim. Barak Rapah. Magun Hagun. The Gordon family.
The Ord family.
The George family.
The Bennett
family.
That's it.
The Morgan family. Atara. Carmel. Shania. Ayala. Naraya. Kaya. Zaira. Alashai. Aiden. Ba'Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
The
The
Wada.
Aman. And what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect those other ones in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Madim Shabbat, I Madim Barak, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah,
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yad Yamata, class dismissed.